Hi everyone, welcome back to the 21 and Sensory podcast with me, Emily. On today's show, I have the wonderful special guest, Anna Zoe Quirke. Anna is a queer and autistic author, librarian, and freelance writer from the north of England. They've written books, scripts, poetry, and much more. Their novel, Something to be Proud of, won the Northern Writers Award for debut young adult fiction in 2022, was shortlisted for the PFD Queer Fiction Prize, was published with Little Tiger in June 2024, and was nominated for a Carnegie Award in 2025. Their most recent book, Sad Girl Hours, was published in September this year. In their freelance work, Anna writes about mental health, disability, neurodivergence, and LGBTQ+ topics for various charities and organisations, such as Kooth, the UK's largest digital mental health service. Anna is at their happiest writing stories about chaotic, queer and disabled people finding and claiming their place in the world. So, Anna, would you like to say hello?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Yeah, I love the podcast. You've had so many really, really cool people on. So yeah, I'm really honoured that you wanted me to be a guest. Thank you.
Oh, no worries. Really cool people, including you. Just so you know. I'm really excited to chat to you about your books and just, representation and just the amazing characters that you write about. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting chat. Yeah, I think first off, if we start just by covering any diagnoses you have and how you found out that you are autistic, that would be quite interesting.
So I am diagnosed as autistic. I don't have an ADHD diagnosis, but that's something I've definitely been looking at, especially in recent years. And yeah, I also have OCD as well. Um, and yeah, it was a bit of a trek to get an actual diagnosis. I was diagnosed a few years ago when I was, I think, 21 or 22 when I actually got the formal congrats on being autistic letter.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it was a bit of a wild one to actually get the diagnosis. I struggled quite a lot growing up with everything. And was in and out of hospital quite a bit with mental health stuff. And yeah, eventually I started learning more about autism myself and started trying to broach the topic with um, like people in my life, but then also my therapist at the time. I remember I said it to her and I could see her face go like, oh yeah, we missed that, but you 100% are. Like I saw it like in her eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, it took a long time, but yeah, I'm really grateful to actually understand myself with that lens now.
hmm And was it very much a kind of, it sounds like it was very self-led in that you kind of did the background research into it?
Yes, yeah. So because of like all my experiences with mental health, I was doing lots of mental health advocacy work as a teenager,
hmm
and came across people online. The classic story. Just found people online who were sharing their experiences and went, hang on a minute. Um,
hmm
and yeah, it just kind of clicked from that.
It's a late diagnosis, as I hear a lot on this podcast, but um, the fact that you very much came to that diagnosis yourself says a lot, and the fact that you could see it like on your therapist's face is not not good. The fact that you came to the table with it, sort of thing. Um, do you feel like now that you know these things about yourself, that you're autistic, um, do you feel like it's changed? Like, are you kinder to yourself? Do you kind of cut yourself some more slack? Like any of
Definitely.
those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't very good at being kind to myself when I was younger.
Mhm.
Because I always knew I was different, but without the language to explain that to other people or even to myself, it just kind of felt like a failure. It felt like I was doing something wrong all the time. I
Mhm.
would try and explain to people like I just know that I'm not thinking about things in the same way as you.
Hmm.
But it is really hard to explain when they're like, but how do you know? How do you know how I'm thinking? And I'm just like, I can tell. You can just tell. Like, obviously, I have lots of neurodivergent friends, but at the time, like when you're in high school and feeling different, and your family aren't thinking the same way as you, like all the
Mm.
time anyway, I did know that I was different, and I felt like there was something wrong with me. But now I know that I come at things from a slightly different way to some people.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, I had to do a lot of work to kind of see my brain as really cool in its own ways. But now I'm in a really good place with that and have been for a while now, which is really lovely.
Oh, that's really good. And I definitely get what you mean about like, I feel like once you find those neurodivergent friends, like they just get it. Like you don't have to explain, you don't have to give them an entire backstory as to, why a place might be overwhelming or something. They'll just see it and know in you that like, do you need to go outside? Or like I just feel like they're just accommodating naturally because they get it.
I did realize, like literally the other day, I don't think I have a single neurotypical friend. I have my family that I love, but even some of those neurodivergent. But yeah, I don't think I've got a single neurotypical friend, which I'm quite proud of actually.
Yeah. And I think I feel like a lot of people almost get like a radar for like,
Oh yeah,
you could be neurodivergent.
we're like
Uh,
pigeons. It's like a honing system.
oh, absolutely. It's like come and join our community. um, yeah, that's lovely though. That I don't know. It just sounds like a lot of neurodivergent people are drawn to the same type of people, which like totally makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I wondered if you found like, do you struggle to kind of unpick kind of what could be mental health related and what could be autism related? Because I feel like I struggle with that a lot. I'm like, what is this feeling down to? Or like,
Mm,
I feel like I'm constantly having to be a detective.
yes. Yeah, I definitely. I think there's a lot of analyzing and a
Yeah.
lot of looking at yourself that comes with knowing that there's something, I don't know, there's something going on and you want to know more about it.
Hmm.
Um, I think a lot of us are chronic overthinkers, but then that feels like the wrong word because I think it doesn't feel like overthinking. It's just like what my brain does. It's just thinking, you know?
Yeah, we're
Um,
not in control of it. It just, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, I think it is hard to know. I think, yeah, it is really tricky because obviously, like, autism is a disability. Like, I'm very proud to be autistic, and I think there are lots of positive things about it, but it is also a disability, and some things are harder for me because I am neurodivergent. Um, but then also having struggled with mental health, I think they're so linked. But
Mm.
normally, I find the difference for me is this something I'm finding hard because of the way the world is built, or is it something I'm finding hard because it's very internal? And normally, the things I'm finding hard, autism wise, are to do with other people and how I exist in the world rather than me getting stuck in my
Okay.
brain. But I know that it's definitely not as clear cut as that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think what I'm trying to say is, yeah, it's hard, and I'm not fully sure I have the answer to that.
Yeah. I find it so interesting because there's just so many layers. And I think just because, yeah, I know what you mean about being like the overthinking kind of side of things, but it's just kind of built into us. And I always feel
Yeah,
like I'm trying to be like, so why am I this way? Or why am I just like, what am I feeling? Like I can't
yeah.
like label that. Um, yeah, whereas I feel like other people just go about their days and don't have that. um,
It
so
must be wild to just
yeah,
go through your day and just exist
just
and
exist.
not
Yeah,
think about it. Like,
yeah. I don't know if it would be weird or great. I can't.
I don't think
Yeah,
I'd like it. I
it would
think,
be odd. Yeah.
yeah, my head's so busy and so noisy
Mm.
that I think if it was quieter, but
Hmm.
then that's also the the neurodivergence talking, I'm like, I think I'd be understimulated. And no, you wouldn't, because that wouldn't be how it worked.
We wouldn't be happy either way.
No.
It'd be too loud or too quiet. Like, yeah, exactly. There's no like happy medium. I feel like this goes on quite nicely into kind of chatting about your career as both a librarian and an author. Did you start off as a librarian, and have you always been a kind of lover of books and all of those things?
I've always loved books. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't ever remember not reading. Obviously, I didn't read as a baby, but I don't remember that. But yeah, I've always loved books. I've only been a librarian for 3 years now, I think 3.5. So no, definitely that came afterwards.
Oh, okay. So you're an author before a librarian, or kind of same time?
Well, I got my first book deal around, I think it was a couple of months after I started my job.
Oh, okay.
But obviously I'd already written the book before
Mm-hmm.
then. I'd already been trying to go for that. Um, yeah, but my love of like reading and writing has always been very kind of intertwined. So I always knew I wanted to be an author. I just didn't think it would be possible. It felt kind of like an out of reach. That's a dream. It happens to other people. And then I
Mm-hmm.
started having a go, and I was like, maybe I can actually do this.
That's pretty cool though. That like, because I was wondering if like, oh, you were kind of you like love books, started working as a librarian, and were kind of influenced that way. But it sounds like the opposite. Like you've just always loved books and reading and writing, and you've naturally gone into the librarian job as well. Which sounds great. It sounds like you've surrounded yourself with books, which sounds excellent.
Yeah, I didn't do it on purpose necessarily, but yeah, my whole life is just books at the minute. It's great.
And I love on the homepage of your website, it says, I write books mostly about chaotic queer people finding the people who love them because of who they are and not in spite of it. I just love that statement. And I love that so many different communities, whether it's the neurodivergent community or LGBTQ plus community, like how do you basically write a book and include what you want to talk about? Like it's such a big thing to try and tackle.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, it didn't feel like a decision to write neurodivergent or
Mm.
queer characters. It just
Hmm.
made sense to me. Like they do, the cliche
Yeah.
thing is write what you know, and that is what I know. Um, but yeah, it is really important to me to do it. Obviously, like it wasn't like a conscious thing. It
Mhm.
wasn't a conscious decision, but it is a conscious decision to keep doing that and to want to do that. Just because I didn't
Mhm.
get that growing up, and now getting to do that is the biggest joy of my life, and getting to share those books with young people who, many of whom are still in the same positions that I was when I was younger. It's just the coolest thing. I
Mhm.
love it so much.
In your latest book that you cover not just anxiety and depression, but also seasonal affective disorder, which I
Yeah.
have like known about sort of thing, but I feel like it's not something that's talked about as much in terms of mental health.
No.
Yeah, is it something that you have experience with?
Yes. Yeah. So again, looking back when I was younger, so when I was in and out of
Mhm.
hospital all the time, all my hospital admissions would begin in autumn or winter, and then I'd come out of hospital spring, summer, and feel all right, and then be back in the same position. And it wasn't that the seasonal affective element was causing all of the
Mm.
stuff I was dealing with, but it definitely made it a lot
Mhm.
harder to deal with. Um, and so when I was thinking about this idea, I'd never read a book. I'm sure they are out there, but I've never come across a book in my reading that even mentions
Mhm.
seasonal affective disorder. So yeah, that was a really important thing that I decided I had to write about, because I'd just not seen it. And I think it does affect so many people, not always to the extent that Saffron in the book struggles with it, but I think everyone probably struggles with it a little bit, even if not to the extent of like an actual
Mm.
diagnosis of it. But yeah, it's something we don't really talk about, but it does affect like so many of us. So many people I've talked to about the book and like, yeah, it's really nice because like I've not seen people talk about that, but yeah, I feel like that a lot too. And I'm like, yeah, why isn't this something we talk about more?
Also, the fact that your book has like come out at that time of year as well. Like I feel like it's
Yeah,
like even more on topic, if that makes sense. Like we're kind of going into that.
yeah,
It's so hard to like talk about your own kind of like mental health struggles, but I feel like to read about it is just quite a refreshing way to like kind of first come across it, sort of thing. Because I feel like a lot of people that I've talked to on my podcast have come across things like by accident on the internet, sort of thing, and thought, oh, that sounds like me. Whereas to read it in a book would be, I don't know, I just feel like that would be a nicer way to come across like things as you're growing up, sort of
yeah.
thing. And definitely be like more aware of, different mental health things. But I know the book also touches on like struggles for neurodivergent and trans people, as well as like difficult relationships.
I love writing characters. Like characters always come to me first, so I think I do get asked quite a lot, like, how do you decide um, like what to include, what representation you want to
Mm.
include. And I always have the really annoying answer that is the characters tell me. Like they
Ooh,
just appear in my head and they're like, this is who I am. And I'm like, okay, cool.
okay.
Guess I'll find a plot to tell you a story then. Unfortunately, things need to happen.
Yeah, so the characters come before any kind of storyline for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think with Sad Girl Hours, the plot was kind of baked into who they are because the bulk of the story comes from Saffron having seasonal affective disorder, Nell loving autumn and winter, and how that could kind of mesh but also clash.
Hmm.
Um, so the story kind of came with it, but yeah, the characters are definitely more my focus. I think people are really interesting. I love finding out about people's lives, and I think that's really good at helping me make characters that feel real,
Hmm.
hopefully.
That's literally me with this podcast. I'm like, please tell me your story of your life. Like I love people info dumping on their special interests and telling me
Yeah.
all about their lives. So yeah, I can see why that like kind of draws you into writing. And also your debut book, Something to be Proud of, which has an awesome autistic queer main character and a whole like diverse cast. I think that's amazing in itself, and you can see that, but also the fact that it was shortlisted and nominated for awards and things. Like, how did that feel?
Um, yeah, it was wild. It was, yeah, I didn't expect any of that. Like it was such an honor to be nominated for the Carnegie. That blew my mind. Like there's so many cool people that have been on those lists, and I was not expecting it at all. So when I got the email, I was like, "Are we sure?" So yeah, that was so cool. Yeah, so I wrote my first book when I was like 18, 19, and it was not very good. It was very self-indulgent. And then I wrote this one, and I knew this one was different. I knew that I loved it so much that I was going to keep championing it because I wanted other people to read
Mhm,
it. But yeah, I still didn't expect other people to like it.
mhm,
I was quite pleased, but like, um, it was full of the characters that I wanted to read, like neurodivergent queer characters, but I wasn't sure if other people would. And so it's just been the loveliest thing to know that other people actually do, and we are ready for these kind of stories now. People do want to read them.
mhm.
Yeah, I just love it. It's so cool.
Yeah, I think like I love that you didn't like almost believe the email. You're just like,
No.
are we sure? I think that's great. And also like the fact that it's like your first book to be out in the world, and to get that reception for it must, yeah, exactly, like solidify the fact that people want this, people want to read this. What is it like to you know initially see your book in a bookshop kind of thing? Like how does that feel?
Well, I do have a video of me seeing it in a bookshop for the first time on my Instagram.
Oh, I'll have to have a look.
And yeah, I don't know what to do. Um, so my wife was filming at one point. I was like, yeah, okay, you're gonna have to stop filming because I think I just need to look at it and cry for a
Yeah.
little bit.
Excellent.
It was, yeah, it was, I don't know. I think being an author, there's so many, like it happens so
Mm.
slowly, like so many little things happen, and then it builds up, and then suddenly it's in a shop. And I think it took me quite a while to actually process the fact that it was real
Yeah.
and that people were reading it, and it didn't just exist in my
Mhm.
brain. So I think even seeing it in a bookshop, I think it did still take a couple of months for me to fully process the fact that it was a real book. Um,
That must be weird as well,
yeah,
like from a kind of librarian point of view, that like your book could be in libraries. Like
yeah,
that's wild.
yeah. One of the best bits when my book comes out is getting to put it on my school's library system.
Mhm.
That brings me so much joy.
Oh.
Getting to put the cover on it and the stamp in it, stamp sheet and stuff.
Are you tempted to sign it as well? I feel like you
I
should. That's so cool.
haven't actually done that. But maybe I will. The kids do always love it whenever they come across a signed book.
Mm.
They're always like, oh, what if I kept it and sold it on eBay? And I'm like, okay, you can try. I don't think you'd get like much money for it. Like loads of people have read it. There's a stamp sheet and it says property
Yeah.
of the school. Um, but they're always like, I'm going to sell it for millions of pounds. And I'm like, no, no, you're not.
Excellent. I love that they're just like on the money making side of things. There must be like, do they know that you're the author of that book? Like, can they
um,
put two and two together?
so I've kept it quite on the down
Mhm.
low. I've not like announced it or talked about it widely in school. A few of them know. Um, the ones that have read it normally know because obviously my picture's in the
Right.
back.
Yeah, of course.
Um, but yeah, so I use a pen name and then I use a different name at work.
I
Um,
guess that makes sense because you're working in a school. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I always feel a bit weird. Like I don't want them. I don't want them to watch my
Yeah.
TikToks.
Please don't find
They'll
me.
be mean.
Yeah, it's like finding your teacher on the internet. Yeah, I get that. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
you don't need that in your life. Um, oh, that's really cool.
But yeah, it's really lovely. The ones that have read it have been really sweet about it. One of them told me this week that she's going to dress up like Edgar Allan Poe for Halloween because that's what
Oh,
one of the characters in my book does. And I nearly cried. I was like, you need to stop talking because this is going to be really embarrassing for me.
oh, that's so cool. Also, like coming around to World Book Day, like what if people are dressing up?
That would be so cool. I would be, yeah.
I feel like that
I wish
is,
the size of one better.
yeah, like the pinnacle of cool is like, oh, my character
Yeah,
World Book Day. Um,
that's definitely a bucket list one. I'm really sorry if you can hear any like strange noises in the background, because I'm in my living room and my tortoise has decided he's been so chill the last few days. He's been kicking off because we've moved him into a new house.
oh,
And he's been so quiet, so I was like, I'll be fine in here. And he's suddenly decided he wants to climb on his rock garden,
incredible.
for the first time. He stopped now, but yeah, if you can hear strange noises, I'm so sorry.
That's so cool. No, don't worry at all. Let's talk about your tortoise. And your tortoise is called Sheldon, isn't he? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, tell me everything. And also, does what like when's the hibernation occurring? Like, because you have to just put them in a box, don't you? Like,
So we don't put Sheldon into
oh,
hibernation I adopted him um from a man who just had a baby, and the baby apparently, well, not just, was now a toddler, and the toddler liked to throw him across the room apparently. But I was like, why
what?
just what how is that
Oh
happening?
my god!
I feel like there's an easy way to stop this without getting rid of the whole tortoise. But anyway, I'm very glad that I have him now. But yeah, I adopted him, and the vet said that he was quite underweight, so it would be really dangerous to put him into hibernation.
Oh,
Um, and even now, he's like he's bulked up, obviously. But yeah, we don't put him into hibernation. Just he just kind of slows down a bit, so we keep his lamp on, and he's fine over winter. But he's a bit slower than
okay. Oh, that's quite nice, because I kind of feel like I'd be sad putting my tortoise away
Yeah.
for like months at a time.
Yeah, it's also just wild. They'll like just put them in a box and keep them in the fridge for 6
Mhm.
months. Like, no, I don't think I want to do
No,
that.
yeah, just to know that your tortoise is just chilling in your fridge. Yeah, that. Oh, and I didn't realize he was being used as like a frisbee. Like what?
Apparently,
Oh my
yeah.
god! I'm so glad that you rehomed him.
Yeah. Yeah, and he wasn't feeding him very well. He was giving him like orange juice,
What?
soaking his food in orange juice, and the sugar's really bad for him. Like Sheldon has a massive sweet tooth. He loves fruit, even though it's not like super good for him.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know if he loves the change because he used to get orange juice every day, and now I'm like, you can have one grape every 3 days.
He's like, what is this?
I do feed him other stuff as well, but I feel like I need to say it's not just like one grape every 3 days and
That's
that's
it.
it.
Because they have like quite like kind of, or they're meant to have like quite leafy diets, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
Um,
Oh, well, I'm glad like you've created a nice little home for him, and he's got like a little rock garden and everything. Like, damn.
yeah, so he's thrown a proper sulk because we've just given him a new house that's 2.5 times the size of his last one. And he kept almost setting fire to his old house
What?
because yeah, he's a proper fucking menace. Sorry, am I allowed
You
to
are.
swear? Yeah, cool. He's a proper menace. But yeah, the stand for his lamp on his old cage. We don't know how, but he used to like unlatch the roof of his cage and kind of knock the stand so that his lamp would fall down. And so there were two burn marks on the roof of his
Oh
cage
my god.
because he would knock his heat lamp bulb onto them. Um, so yeah, we were like, enough's enough. You deserve a bigger cage anyway. This one was only a temporary one when we moved into this house. So we're gonna get you this lovely, quite expensive, fancy new cage. And he hasn't expressed much delight in this. He likes to just hide in one corner. So I don't know if he's struggling to like adjust
Oh,
or if he's just furious that I've moved him from the stinky cage he liked to set on fire.
amazing. He sounds so like sassy, like for a
Oh
tortoise.
my god, yeah. He's People think tortoises are so sweet and gentle, and maybe other ones are, but Sheldon is full of rage at the world. He likes to bite people's ankles. He, if he can cause like mayhem, he will do. So I set up his lovely new cage, and within half an hour, he had knocked down the fence that I put up around his food. He had knocked over all of the plants that I put in there and was climbing on them trying to get out. I'll show you the video. I'll send it to you, but I've got video of him like actively trying to climb out on these plants that he's knocked over. He's
Oh.
Yeah, I love him. I feel like I should make
Yeah.
it clear. Like I do love the boy, but he is a menace to
Oh my
society, and
god.
it's a good job that I have him in a cage.
It sounds like he wakes up and chooses violence every day.
Every single day, every day.
Oh my gosh. Do you know how old he is, like roughly?
Yeah, he's 22.
Oh. So is
Yeah.
that quite young in tortoise years? Like I don't really.
Yeah, his breed can live to about 70, 75.
Wow. That's amazing, isn't it? He sounds like such a character, and it sounds like he's keeping you on your toes as well.
So I think my parents didn't really think it through because I desperately wanted a pet because I had guinea pigs, but I'm allergic to non-hypoallergenic
Right.
fur. So I was really allergic to them,
Oh.
and I did love them, but I couldn't like snuggle them as much as I wanted to because my eyes would close up.
Oh.
um, so when we were down to like our last guinea pig, I was like, oh, I need to get ready because I want another pet. I really want another pet. My first thought was a bird, and then they were like, your grandma has a phobia of things flying around her head. And I was like, okay, fair enough. I wouldn't let it out around her.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, hi, grandma. Here's a loose bird. But anyway, and then I was like, a reptile
Ooh.
would be
Mhm.
nice. I did loads of research, and I was like, I really wanted a tortoise. I was 11 years old at this point. Um, and yeah, I learned everything there is to know about tortoises. I read all of the tortoise forums and books, and then I made a PowerPoint
Oh.
and of all of the reasons why tortoises are my pets and why I should be allowed a tortoise. Um,
How does that not say autism? Just saying.
I brought this up so many times to my mum. I was like, how did you not know?
Oh, that's so cute though. Sorry, I interrupted. I was just like, autism?
I mean, I was gonna say it, but yeah, that really should have been included.
So did the PowerPoint work? Did you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. So that's when you first got Sheldon, or?
Yeah, so I think I was 12 when I actually got him.
Oh,
But yeah, so I've had him for 10 years now.
that's so
No, it must be
nice.
longer than that. Sorry, I think I've lied. I think he's older. Yeah, sorry, he's the same age as my brother, so he's 23.
Oh, I love the idea of, because the tortoises live so long, you can actually like grow up with them, kind of thing. Whereas I feel like,
Yeah.
dogs and cats don't have as long, obviously. Like, I feel like,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that was my original point. I'm sorry. It's like my parents were like, no, you can't have a bird. Because they die really quick and it'll scare your grandma. But you can have a tortoise for 70 years if you want.
Yeah, they weren't afraid of like the
It's a big
commitment, were they?
yeah.
Oh, and I also love how, if I'm going to put the link to your website so that people can go on and have a look at the fact that you name him as your like office assistant. Like, I love that. It's so cute.
Yeah, he's terrible. He's not very good at his job.
Well, he sounds like he's busy causing mayhem, which is fair enough.
Yeah, he's
Um, but yeah, I love how like much of an affinity like autistic people have with like animals. Like,
yeah,
it's I don't know if it's just because we're like super caring, but also we need that emotional support animal as well. Um,
yeah,
I think it's a mix of things, definitely. But
yeah. I love that that's like it is on some diagnostic criteria now
mhm,
that we might have a really strong like interest or attachment in
mhm.
animals. Um, yeah, I do wonder what that is actually, because yeah, I have always loved animals. I wanted to be a vet for a while, and then my mum was like, "You'll have to kill them." I'm like, I'm not sure that's the way they'd frame it. But yeah, that's a good point. I would cry every day
Your mum is
about
just
a
coming out
really
with
big stick and how
straight
bad it is.
facts, isn't she? Like,
Yeah.
like a bird will terrorize your grandma. If you're a vet, you'll have to. She's being very truthful though, I guess. Um, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I think that is so funny. I think also like I feel like animals aren't as much effort as humans, because like you don't have to
Yeah.
talk to them, and but they still get you. I think maybe that's part of it,
Yeah. Yeah.
the like
Definitely.
companionship. But yeah, sorry, we went off on one, but I
Yeah. Sorry, I think
know.
that's my fault. I think I talked for a very long time about
No,
Sheldon.
it's great. How did you come up with Sheldon? Was it Shell related?
I think so. So I love the old timey name. People always think it's from The Big Bang Theory,
Hmm.
and it wasn't intentionally because I'm yeah, I won't get into my feelings on that show.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it wasn't that. I just liked the really old timey name, and then Shell.
Yeah.
It sounded like Shell On, and I thought that was really funny at 12 years old.
Yeah, I definitely got the shell reference, definitely. I think it's
Yeah,
so cute. Also, I love it when animals have formal names, like really
yeah,
formal names.
yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. That honestly, for little you to come up with that, I think that's quite cute. I know that you do a lot of writing around like mental health and disability, and you kind of talk about different topics for various charities and organizations. Is that something that you were kind of doing before you started writing books, or like how did you kind of get into that?
Yeah, so I had a blog um, while I was in hospital talking about mental health, and then carried that on like as an older teenager when I was out that. So it was just always something I wanted to write about. I've always cared really passionately about things and wanted to write about
Mhm.
them. Like partly as a way for me to understand it, but myself, and then to kind of try and help others understand it. So yeah, I was doing that from when I was about 14, 15. Yeah, it started when I was a teenager, and then I carried it on. And yeah, I've been lucky enough to write some cool pieces for different organizations. yeah, I've not done too much of it this year just because I have been quite like burnt out with all of the like book
Mhm.
stuff. But yeah,
It's cool that you kind of like carried that on like initially from your blog as well. Like I feel like
yeah,
a lot of people started out as like kind of bloggers and like just kind of writing that way just to get your kind of stuff out there sort of thing. It was kind of the best
yeah,
way I feel. But yeah, the fact that, you know, you're doing it, like have done it for charities and organizations, like that's really cool. Um, but yeah, the fact that you're having to juggle it as well with kind of the book coming out and stuff. And I've said this before on this podcast, but I feel like a lot of people think that when the book is published, like that's it kind of thing. But actually, that's kind of when even more hard work starts in terms of like marketing it. And like, I know that, are you going to Comic Con? Are you doing like a panel?
yeah.
Yeah, like that's huge. Like, like tell us about that. Like, how do you find like all the marketing and events and stuff? Like, I feel like there's so many different like sides to the job of being an author.
Yeah, there definitely are. Yeah, it's not all like sit in a room and write a book.
Mhm.
Then you have to actually find ways to talk about it and try and get it to audiences. It's definitely not something that comes super naturally to me. Like I think I've made like 10 TikToks in my life. I just don't like it. Like people, even when people like what's your book about, I'm like, I don't know. Can you just read it, please? um, no, but yeah, you do have to find ways to try and make it sound good and talk to people about it. Like I love doing events. I love like panels and in conversation stuff. I think I could yap about books
Mhm.
forever. So it's really cool that that is a part of my job. Um, but yeah, the social media stuff and yeah, it doesn't come very naturally to me, but it is a part of the job that you have to try and juggle if you want to keep writing books.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of work to like, I don't know, like represent yourself and like be always kind of switched on online as well as like in person. Like, do you find the events are like kind of draining, like autistic wise? Like, are they kind of like, basically how I describe it is like you need like a few business days to recover like afterwards? Like, do you find that?
Yeah, so this week, so I did an event at one of my favorite bookshops with Josh Silver, the
Mhm.
author. Um, so that was it was really lovely. But I had that, and then I had my school's open evening yesterday. So I had 2 days of having to be like on and talking to people. And yeah, I'm very excited this weekend to not leave the house and not talk to anyone apart from my wife and Sheldon.
Excellent. It's just like planning that downtime, isn't it, in between sort of thing. Um,
Yeah, it's really important. But yeah, it's in some ways it's really nice because obviously I write about things that are my special interests, and so that's quite that doesn't always drain me necessarily. Sometimes it can even like I don't know what's the opposite of drain, add.
yeah.
You know, there is a word, but like I said, I'm tired. Whatever the word is, sometimes it helps. Um, but yeah, sometimes it's a lot. It's and it is really hard not to like kind of get into
Mhm.
that burnout. I'm not very good at well, I thought I was really good at it. And then this year happened where I was planning a wedding, having a full-time job and working on like not just one book, but like a few books and stuff.
Okay.
Um, and my brain was like, I don't think we can do all this. And I was like, you know what? I don't think we can either, but we're gonna have to find a way. Um, yeah, so I burnt out really bad like earlier in the year, but I'm coming out a bit now again,
Okay.
thankfully.
That's good as well. Like, I think you need to like definitely cut yourself some slack because obviously you've got your job as well as basically being an author, and like I can only imagine that you want to spend a lot of your time like writing and stuff. So it sounds like a lot of like juggling as well as events and things like that. So yeah, and especially juggling all that at once is a lot. Like the fact that you burnt out is, I guess it's just finding a way to like manage it like all, isn't it? But yeah, I think it sounds like you're doing the best that you can.
Sorry, I got a bit heavy there.
Yeah, we went
Like,
into
hard.
it. Yeah, but that is the reality of being neurodivergent and trying to have a job and trying, wanting to be an author and getting your work out there. So I think it's really like admirable what you're doing, but I think hopefully listeners understand that it comes at a cost to you and your energy, and like it's not easy kind of thing. Because I think a lot of stuff online where you see like days in the lives of like authors and things like that, it seems very much like book signings and nice, like, kind of events and things, but actually there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. Yeah, I think that will come across definitely. I was going to ask you as well, like, because you say like about social media and having to kind of keep that side of things up, but I think it's really interesting because you can really tell your kind of like your love of like vintage clothes and just how much like you're into like such a like rainbow of colors and stuff. Like I feel like you really come across in your social media.
Thank you.
That's okay. I feel like and the way that you also, I think, is really helpful if anyone wants to go and look at Anna's Instagram. You have like content warning, like little highlight things on each of your books, which is so helpful because I feel like sometimes you want to know what you're getting yourself into before you read a book, in terms of like triggers and things, or like mental health triggers and things like that. And the way you like do that to be like, guys, just so you know, this is what will feature in the book. I wish more books did that.
Yes. So on the reprints, they will actually be printed in the book.
Oh,
I didn't know that was an option from my publisher
yeah,
beforehand, so I didn't really think to ask. But yeah, I mentioned it the other day, and they were like, "Yeah, we can absolutely do that." But yeah, for now they are on my Instagram, and I think it is important. I also wish that more books did that.
yeah,
I think I think sometimes people think that it's going to give spoilers, um, but I don't know if that's more important than warning people about
yeah.
potentially triggering stuff. So yeah, I'm really glad that they will be in the books at some point.
That's such a good idea as well, because like if you're in a physical bookshop and flicking through and you can kind of see that initially, it might help you
Yeah.
to decide whether or not to buy the book, whether it's like appropriate for you or whoever you're buying it for. Like that sounds really,
Mm.
yeah, I wish more books did do that, but I get like it might. Would it be spoilers though? I mean, you can keep it quite general, can't you? Potentially.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that is really interesting. I didn't know that they could do that. I was going to ask you about any other special interests that you had, um, in terms of in your downtime, if you have any downtime.
No, I am. I feel like I've talked a big game about burnout, but I am actually quite good. Because my wife's also neurodivergent. We are really good at like scheduling downtime so that we have protected time when we're not like trying to be productive or like also just to survive.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. God, I feel like I have so many. Um, I don't even really know to start.
Do you know what? I can link to your website where you've got your likes and dislikes, because I think that is excellent. Like you have the most, like Anna has the most amazing like likes and dislikes, but you have like almost like a formal bio and then a like really chill bio, which I love. I wish more people did that.
All the formal ones are very like press releasing. You're like, oh, I'm impressive. Here are my qualifications, and I'm like, okay, what's more important is this very extended list of my special interests. And yeah, I don't know. It feels there's so much like really silliness about trying to be a professional person while also being like a deeply silly person in real life. I'm like, this isn't me. Like,
I think that's nice though.
um,
It's nice to get like, I don't know, just like to know what TV shows you like. Like I feel like that's what I
yeah,
want to know about a person.
yeah. I mean, favorite TV shows. I will watch anything that's like a comedy, like a
Mhm.
sitcom. But it has to have like found family energy.
Okay.
So like I got very obsessed with Grace and Frankie, which more people need to watch.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've
No, I
seen it.
haven't.
Um, but I got obsessed with that. Schitt's Creek. But then the two that I watch basically on loop forever and probably will forever is Gilmore Girls and then Downton Abbey as well.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, I've seen those so many times. I just went to a Gilmore Girls quiz
Amazing.
with my wife and our friend, and we won by like a lot. Um, but we drove for like an hour and a half to this like quiz and themed meal, and the people that came in second
Mm.
had won it, I think either 2 or 3 years in a row. And so
Oh.
we rocked up the first time and we stole their victory. They weren't very happy about it, and we felt really guilty.
No, not at
Um,
all.
but yeah, you can't come up against three autistics and their special
I was just going to
interest. It's
say, were
just
you with fellow? Yes.
yes.
A whole group of neurodivergent people walk in and they got to hand it over. That's so cool. That's such a nice like idea of like an activity to go to together. Oh, that sounds like fun. I feel like it like the rewatching the like comfort shows is
Yeah.
it's so nice to just to know what you're watching each time. I feel like I get that as well.
I went once a couple of years ago. I did like a book themed road trip, and then we were going past Highclere, and I was like, it's not technically book themed, but it fits the theme of realizing that you're an adult and you can do whatever you want,
Hell yeah.
and so going to places related to your special interest. So yeah, we went and we dressed up as in like 1930s
Oh,
vibes, and it was so cool.
that's so
Like,
cool. Oh, that's so nice. I just like make a day of it. Like, why not? You're an adult. You can choose.
yeah.
That's
But all the British tourists there were like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you dressed like that? Why are you taking pictures?" And all the Americans thought we were the coolest.
yeah. I bet. Isn't that funny? How we are just like, oh, that's so cringy, and everyone else like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That is cool. I think just enjoying your special interests with your friends. Like, what's not to love? Um, yeah, I think yeah, I mean, more of us need to be less afraid to do things like that. I think. Um,
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think working with teenagers, especially where they're so afraid of being cringe,
mhm.
um, and probably find me deeply cringe as well. But it makes me completely the opposite. Like I've always, well, not always, but since I've become very unmasked, I really do not care
Mhm.
what people think about me. So I will dress up to go to a castle
Yeah,
or whatever. Like, I just think people need to be more whimsical. You need to just embrace the possibility of being cringe and just do the things that make you happy. And like, if people care, like, that's their business, you know?
yeah. And if anything, I imagine most people think, "Oh, that's really cool. Like, I wish I had the confidence to
Yeah.
do that."
Yeah, people do say that like all the time. Like,
Wow.
they're like, "Oh, I wish I could do that, or I wish I could like dress like that." And I'm like, "You can,
You can. You have the choice.
you can."
Yeah, I feel like more and more it, that's what makes people interesting is just like their
Yeah,
interests, their confidence, their I don't know, just to see what people light up about and are enthusiastic about. I think, and I think also that's maybe what people are looking for in like creative stuff as well. Like if you're a quirky author who is really into sharing all things, like people want to follow you and be part of that. So where can people buy your very lovely books, and I'll also put links in the show notes to places they can buy your books, and also if you mention your social media as well, I will put your handles in the show notes too.
So my books are on all the kind of usual places. So Waterstones, the website I won't name because it's evil. And if you want to support, like, try and support indies if you can. One of my favourites is the House of Books and Friends in Manchester. It's on their website if you wanted to order. Bookshop.org. Yeah, all the usual places. Yeah.
Amazing. And yeah, I will link your Instagram and your TikTok as well as your website, which I think people should check out because I've mentioned it so much. I'm just like, go check it out.
But yeah, everything, all the handles is just Anna Zoe Quirke on everything, I think.
Amazing. And people can go and check out and have a look. I'm assuming there's some pictures of Sheldon that people can hunt down as well.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming on and for chatting about your life and your books. And yeah, it's been really interesting. And thank you so much for writing books that just represent so many people. It's so great to see more of these books out in the wild. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for having me. It's been really nice to talk to you.